message was furnished as a public service by the National Football League. Tom Landry coming out to join his players for the second half of this match with the Washington Redskins, who have dominated the Cowboys so far.
The Miller Brewing Company, brewers of Miller High Life. If you've got the time, we've got the beer. And by STP. STP, gas treatment and oil treatment.
Pat Summerall with Tom Brookshire here at the half. The Washington Hall of Stars. Some of them have been introduced. Most of them. Red Auerbach among those who have their names on plaques running around the mezzanine deck here at RFK Stadium. Red, of course, lives in Washington, the longtime head man of the Boston Celtics. And the wife of one of the legends who played here and in Philadelphia, that's Margot Jurgensen.
She should get the award for living with Jurgensen and being such a great lady. He's, of course, out in Philadelphia doing the Eagles game, right, against St. Louis.
That big guy next to her is baseball slugger Frank Howard, and boy, is he a mover.
And Bones McKinney, the basketball coach from Wake Forest. Had some great people come through Washington and play well here, right?
Bobby Mitchell, Larry Brown of the Redskins. Halftime statistics.
Wow, look at the right column where Washington has 62 yards rushing, and actually they've been conservative in that department. 101 throwing, 118 yards passing for Staubach, but as they say, no cigar, right? 12 of 18. Penalties. Skins have even won that one. They had 6 tough penalties for 55 yards, and the turnovers 3-0, and those 3 really hurt the Dallas team in that first half.
Speaking of great people who played here in the Washington area, one of them's in the booth with us now, the Big E himself, Elvin Hayes.
There's Elvin.
There's Elvin. Good to have you. He'll be in action with the Bullets on Christmas Day, a game you'll see here on CBS against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
Billy Cunningham says there's nobody like Big E when you, especially on big game day, huh?
Billy Cunningham is right. Mark Moseley teeing it up at the 35. The Redskins have owned Dallas so far today.
Ron Springs will be taking the kickoff. He did have a 70-yarder against the Rams, and that might have been the most complete game that the Cowboys have played this season. And since then, they've sort of stumbled.
Perhaps the last one. Moseley digging his toe into the ground, and Springs and Wilson standing back inside the 5. 14-3 Redskins. The back of Wilson. The line drive kickoff will be fielded by Springs. If he can find a handle, he gets a good hop. And Ron Springs circles around to the 25, perhaps the 26, before he's knocked down by Dallas Hickman, number 82.
Elvin, what do you think about pro football? You get to watch it a lot when you're not playing?
An awful lot. I'm a great fan of the Redskins, even though I'm from Texas and by way of Louisiana. But the Redskins are totally dominating today, and it's a great football game. And no one expected them to do this well this year, and so now they're right in the thick of things and beating a great team like Dallas today. You just kind of hope they can hold on.
Roger Staubach gives to Newhouse, who whirls around over the left side for perhaps 5.
Elvin, did you ever play any football? You look like you'd be a tough tight end to cover as far as I'm concerned.
No, it's a little too rough for me, I think. Basketball is, we don't have all those pads. Too much protection out there in football. We like it a little rougher.
But basketball's a non-contact sport, isn't that true?
That's what they always said, but I never found that to be true.
2nd and 7. It'll be Laidlaw back there with Dorsett this time. Opening seconds, the opening series of the second half at RFK Stadium, and Dorsett swings around to the left, picks his hole, knocked down by Tony Peters, number 23.
That time the Redskin defensive line just hit, controlled the blocker, and slid right across and made the play. Good play by young Tony Peters. Watch everybody stand their man up, do some spinning. That's Dyron Talbot, number 72, and the play is handling the line of scrimmage. I'll tell you, the Redskins really have a good game plan both ways.
And it'll be 3rd down. Looks like about 2 at their own 34 for the Dallas offense. Newhouse back in. He and Laidlaw shuffle the plays back and forth. Pearson comes in motion wide to the right. Staubach is going to throw. He does. Has Newhouse. That will be enough for a Dallas first down out at the 40. Kenny Houston made the tackle.
Looks like they're maybe going to run their good receivers, Pearson and Hill, deep a little bit and throw under that Redskin defense. See if they can catch those young linebackers maybe chasing shadows. Here you can see the good pass protection blocking by the Cowboys, and Newhouse came from underneath one of those stripes and caught it. You could lose him in a pass pattern, couldn't you?
Robert Shaw is the Dallas center. Redskins lead 14-3. Here's Laidlaw with those short, quick steps off the left side, stopped by Kenny Houston. What a game he's had.
2 fumbles and an interception. Got to make sure they hold on to it. Here's Scott cross blocking with Donovan. Laidlaw sneaks through the hole. Kenny Houston making another tackle.
It'll be second down, Dallas at their own 43. They need 7 for a first as Drew Pearson swings out wide to the right. And now Billy Joe Dupree splits out to join it. Both of them standing. Staubach drops back. Right through the hands of Tony Dorsett.
There's the under pattern that we thought we would be seeing, and Dorsett was already thinking about the fast lane, getting out and making a move, and he forgot to catch the football.
We got a pretty big audience today, I guess.
Up there, Atu, Alaska.
Looking good. And the Redskins are looking good.
I guess this is their summertime up there. It's only about 40 below.
Boy, couldn't ask for a better day here.
No.
Drew Pearson split out wide to the right now. Tony Hill on the other side as this snap from Shaw is good. Staubach hits the Dallas receiver. I'm not sure who it is yet. Tony Dorsett for a Dallas first down. Brad Dusek made the tackle. Let's look at it again.
Dorsett's having a pretty big day catching. That's his 5th catch for 55 yards. The pass blocking much firmer. Of course, the shorter patterns are going to throw underneath those linebackers for a while and make them play honest on defense.
Dallas first down in Redskin territory now at the 48. First and 10. Third quarter, 11 and a half minutes left to play. Houston fakes a blitz. He does come. Dorsett looking for a place to go. Can't find it, and now does find some running room.
Incredible. The pulling guard, Rafferty, falls down, so there's no protection from the one blocker that's got to make the outside block for you, but Dorsett turns it back inside and still makes yardage.
76ers against Alvin Hayes and his Washington Bullets on Christmas Day. Pretty tough challenge, huh?
Well, yeah, Phil Lee gotten off to a real fine start. Darryl Dawkins broke his first backboard of his career. Makes you really want to look forward to that.
Of course, he only made 4 points.
After the breaking of backboard, how many more do you need?
Pretty hard to score with no backboard.
That's true.
Here is Staubach on a perfect pass to Drew Pearson, and what a catch. Lamar Parrish on the coverage.
That's Scott. There's Donovan on Coy Bacon. Looks like Cowboys are getting a little bit bullish now.
They got a first down at the Redskins 25. They've been here before and got nothing. St. Louis beating Philadelphia 13-9. Staubach gives to run, Springs, and Springs is down to about the 20. Perhaps the 19.
Wayne Morris, another 1-yard touchdown for St. Louis. That's with 2:13 left in the third period.
Thomas Henderson.
Get him.
Well, right now the Redskins are number 1.
Coy Bacon, the destroyer, being handled this time. Blown out of there by the tight end Dupree, who can really block.
Got some help from Rafferty, who just buried him. The handoff is to Springs, and Springs hurdles over the top. Not enough for a first. That was a 2nd and 5 situation. Dorsett getting a rest.
I don't particularly think that the players on the sideline should be worrying about the television cameras as much these days. It seems to me like they're losing, the coaches are losing the concentration factor there, don't you think so?
In the days when we played, there would have been some disciplinary action taken. 3rd and 3.
They'd have forgotten to pay us again.
A lone setback is Preston Pearson. Staubach facing another blitz, does manage to get rid of it, and it's out of bounds. It'll be 4th down. And Rafael Septien, the rush was led by Joe Jones, but Septien and Coy Bacon put the pressure on Roger Staubach.
Coy Bacon has been living in that Dallas protection pattern. Roger is getting pretty darn tired of seeing number 79 beat him about the shoulders and throat. Look at him.
The Jets and the Bears, Chicago with playoff hopes, leading 20-6. Here is Septien with Danny White holding. 37-yard attempt this time. He hit one for 34 earlier. And he's got another. Rafael Septien has accounted for all the Dallas points, but they still trail the Redskins with 9 minutes, 11 seconds left to play in the 3rd quarter. Score is 14-6 Redskins. NFL cheerleader competition.
That's a good heavyweight fight, too. Weaver's a up-and-coming young heavyweight.
Septien's kick sails back and chases Bobby Hammond back into the end zone.
Pat, you know, that's only the 8th field goal kicked against the Redskins the entire season. Kimo Sabe.
Preliminary report on John Fitzgerald is that he will not be back. Don't know how serious his knee might be, but he's through for the day. Randy White hasn't been back in that Dallas defense since the first couple of series, and his place is taken by Larry Bethea. John Riggins is the deep back behind Theismann.
The Cowboys got to play again Thursday.
Redskins' first series. They got to play tough Houston. Pass complete to Ricky Thompson. Flag goes down. Downfield. Let's see what the violation might be. There was nobody even close to where the penalty flag was dropped.
Good cut blocking on the right side of the offensive line by Stark and Jeff Williams. They cut down the big arms of Cole and Stahl.
That was a little bit too good.
That's the reason those fellows disappeared so quickly.
It's a violation against Washington, holding. 7 times they've been penalized now. They've lost 65 yards because of those violations. And here is the referee, Cal Lepore, with who did it.
Legal body on the side. There. First down.
I didn't understand that, did you?
He's got to work with him on his elocution.
How'd that happen, Cleveland beating Miami?
Well, let's see. Sipe, last one was a 14-yard pass to Ozzie Newsome, who used to play for Bear Bryant, your tough coach, huh?
First down and 20 yards to go. The Redskins backed up to their own 10. Here's Benny Malone, wrapped up by Harvey Martin. All right, Cole with some help, and here's a flag down.
Cole came along late, and the official's flag came out extremely late. Looked like he might have speared him a little bit on the ground, but again, let's see, he'll come from the right part of your screen. Let's see where 63 does come from. That's a little late, all right.
Yes, it is. And the walk-off is against Dallas.
And a hitter runs through the crowd.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, 63. Defense, first down.
You know how Larry hates publicity, too.
Yes. A veteran from Hawaii. Playing alongside Dave Stalls. Redskins have a first down. Out at the 26 now. They lead 14-6. Theismann drops back. Blitz is on, and Theismann is down in the hands of Bob Brunig.
Now, Brunig that time turned around before the snap and yelled to young Aaron Mitchell. He must have said something like, I'm going, or see you later. Watch 53. As soon as Kazeel goes over to the right side to help pick up on the outside, Henderson and Brunig arrived together.
Kazeel came out to pick up the outside rusher, Henderson. They never really saw Brunig. So it'll be second down now. 17 to go. The line of scrimmage back at the Redskins 19. what Theismann's choice will be here. It is a running play to Clarence Harmon. And Harmon gets back perhaps for a couple of yards picked up. Larry Bethea wrapped him up. And again, a penalty marker goes down.
2 good plays in a row. They almost a fight on the ground there as Bethea's going at it with Harmon, I believe. Might be a nose guard grab.
Crowd reacts as if it'll be against Dallas, and the crowd reacts correctly.
Boy, Bruni made a heck of a play at middle linebacker, too.
Starting to get a little testy out there.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, 5-0 defense, first down.
D.D. Lewis. Okay, it's the Cowboys and Indians time. Watch this play. Watch Bruni, number 53, read the play. Wait for the draw to take place. Gets rid of Saw. Makes the tackle. D.D. Lewis does a little spearing.
It's first down Washington as McDaniel comes in motion and Riggins gets the carry. John Riggins barrels before he's wrapped up by Bethea and Bruni. St. Louis, Philadelphia, 16-13 Eagles.
That's Jaworski's 40-yard pass to Keith Krepley, the tight end, with 5:23 left in the third period.
8 minutes, now less than 8 left in the third period here at RFK, with the Redskins leading Dallas 14-6, second and 6.
Is Landry an emotional person, or are we led to believe that he doesn't have much emotion at all? What about it?
Doesn't show it. Here's Malone sprinting to the outside and hit down hard by number 53, Bob Bruni, who's all of a sudden become very active.
That time, Aaron Mitchell and Ricky Thompson almost had a fight. They're about ready to explode on all sides right now. Penalties are pretty even.
Dennis Thurman comes in. Benny Barnes comes in. It'll be 3rd and 4. If you look at Pat Donovan.
Laidlaw
alongside him.
It's a big play right here in this game.
3rd and 4 is a big play. 7:07 left to play in the third quarter. Redskins lead as Theismann will throw. And has a man open down the middle. It's Harmon. It's Ike Forte, I beg your pardon, coming out of the backfield. Aaron Kyle made the tackle, but it's the Redskins first down.
He slipped inside Hollywood Henderson, and that time Tom did not make the coverage. He's got the great speed. Let's see what happens, because Henderson had him for a half a second and let him get alongside. By that time, number 30 was under a full head of steam.
20-yard pickup. Ike Forte, who was quite a running back for the Razorbacks. Theismann breaks them out in Dallas territory at the 37, 1st and 10. Big game for both teams, and right now it belongs to Washington. The Eagles watching that scoreboard, you know. Here's the throw for Buggs, and he's got it. Aaron Kyle had his back to the passer, and Buggs has another Redskins first down.
Joe Theismann anticipated the Dallas blitz, and that time he got it. The linebackers will come. D.D. Lewis fires from the left side of your screen. Doesn't get there. This is an early lob thrown on about the second count. And Kyle got himself turned around and never saw the ball until it was too late.
And by that time, Theismann had it there. 22-yard gain. Theismann at Buggs. First down at the Dallas 15. 6 minutes, 10 seconds left, third quarter. Washington already leading 14-6. Running backs now, Riggins and Malone. Theismann with D.D. Lewis breaking down and hits his tight end, Don Warren. What a catch and what a throw.
Big rookie from San Diego State. There's Whistling Ray against Kemosabe.
The Redskins got Whistling Ray's horse.
He stole my stick. Here it is. A great pass by Theismann because he was being grabbed by, I believe it was Bethea that had him by the foot. What a catch by the rookie from San Diego.
There are the standings as today began, and you can see what a big game this is. Washington 7-4, Dallas 8-3, and Philadelphia 7-4. 2nd and 4. Ricky Thompson in motion. Theismann pitches back to Malone. Malone fights to get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all he does. And so it'll bring up a third down. Randy Hughes made the tackle. The Eagles still leading St. Louis 16-13. We could have a three-way tie for first place in the NFC East. Giants, with their record of 5-6, play later this afternoon in Tampa.
Theismann, Joe, is 10 of 17 for 149 yards, the 1 touchdown. And Danny Buggs has over 100 yards in receiving already.
Danny Buggs split out wide to the right. Thompson comes to the left. Theismann asking for quiet at the 10-yard line. 3rd and 5. Clarence Harmon in the backfield. Theismann straight back. Throws, and Harmon has it. Harmon scores for Washington. He dragged Aaron Mitchell into the end zone with him. Clarence Harmon.
Harmon's 3rd touchdown catch of the year. He made a great catch a week ago to keep a drive going.
Benny Malone was shaken up on that last play, but now he comes off. Theismann will hold for Mark Moseley as the Redskins lead 20.
Some effort by Harmon. He keeps coming to camp expecting to get released and waived, and he just finds a way to make the squad all the time. Great effort. Mitchell can't handle him.
He's gained about 15 pounds since last year, and it helped right there. Moseley over the protective net, over everything, back into the crowd. That's a trophy they won't get back. The touchdown again. Mark Moseley, who just put point number 21 on the board, set to kick off for the Redskins, and Ron Springs back deep for Dallas along with Steve Wilson.
Skins hold returns to 17-yard average.
High kick from Moseley. Hangs up there a long time. Springs starts out. Ripped up inside the 20. Monty Coleman, number 51.
That was a 13-yard return. And that was strictly designed. That is strictly an effort job to cover these like this. Watch him now. Watch the young linebacker. We told you he didn't even play high school football. Now he's a runaway freight. A whole bunch of sprinters. Get position. And the tackle. Great effort.
Now it's Dallas Hickman who hit Springs first and almost tripped him up. And then Coleman made sure. Dallas has the ball at their own 18. Staubach on 1st down, fires outside to Pearson. And Drew struggles for a Cowboy 1st down outside the 30. Joe Lavender on the coverage.
And everybody should be cautioned that a week ago the Redskins led 27-7 and had to come back to hold off St. Louis. And Dallas was losing a game to the New York Giants and won it in the last 3 seconds a couple of weeks ago. This team in blue and white will continue to play very well in the 4th period.
Right now, after that 14-yard pass completion from Staubach to Drew Pearson, they have a 1st down. Pearson's caught 5 for 71 yards. Dorsett and Laidlaw in the backfield. Dorsett gets the carry and a call. It swings around the outside, out of bounds over in front of the Dallas bench, knocked out by Kenny Houston. Good gain, however.
Kenny Houston's made 5 solo tackles already today. Came in with 49 solos and still plays the safety spot as well as anybody.
Tonight on CBS, 60 Minutes first, followed by Archie Bunker's place, Alice, the Jeffersons, and Pernell Roberts as Trapper John M.D.
That's the new hit show of the entire season, Trapper John M.D.
That's all tonight on CBS. 2nd and 4, 6 yards for Dorsett. Dallas operates from their own 38. Staubach with a lot of time. Throws, intended for Dorsett. Hit him in the hands. He couldn't hang on. Lamar Parrish covering. Pass that perhaps should have been caught.
Have you ever seen a crazier throw than that? Roger didn't even look. She's a sweetheart, isn't she?
That's
Hey, Mom, guess who's with me? Watch this throw. You talk about firing quickly from the hip. Looks one way and fires it over. I think it's surprise number 33.
pass is right there, though. Looks like it almost came out of the side of his hand, but it was effective, except it wasn't caught. 3rd and 4. John Robert Shaw, the center, gets a good snap back to Staubach. And Staubach gets it to Dorsett, and Dorsett has a first down. Down trying to block was Laidlaw, but Brad Dusek made sure that Tony stayed down.
Cowboys average 157 yards or whatever per game, and they have picked up only one first down today rushing the football. Couldn't believe that face I just saw on the screen there.
Delightful.
Not Rodgers.
Dallas has 17 first downs to the Redskins 15, but Washington has 21 points. Cowboys have 6 with 3:20 left to play third quarter. Still a lot of time. Staubach again retreats and throws. Deflected by Pete Wysocki, intended for Billy Joe Dupree, who's been sort of quiet. The Patriots have got it rolling today. 43-7 over Baltimore. Tough times for the Colts.
Big concern there.
Well, it's justified, too. That was Thomas Henderson on the right and Mike Hickman sitting next to him, two of the Dallas linebackers.
Roger is 17 of 27 for 193 yards. But, you know, he had over 300 yards last Monday night on a team loss.
12-12 between the Packers and the Bills. On 2nd and 10, Staubach operates this time from the shotgun, operates against the blitz. Drew Pearson. Staubach knocked down. Pearson was covered by Lavender. The rush was on, and the ball was there too soon.
Watch what Lavender's getting away with. You're not supposed to hit him beyond 5 yards. Got his hands off quickly enough. Boy, that's good shadowing. Good man-to-man coverage. He's almost 6'4", former basketball player from San Diego State.
Who, by the way, wears glasses underneath that helmet. Larry Cole found about the only spot of sunlight left at the end of the Dallas bench. A lot of years behind that. Preston Pearson will operate with Staubach as one of the backs on 3rd and 10. They blitz again. Staubach throws, and it's deflected and picked off by number 29, Mark Murphy. And the Redskins will have it in Dallas territory. Washington looking good.
That's Murphy's second interception of the year.
A 15-yard return on this interception.
Good pass blocking. Great secondary work.
There is reason to be happy.
They've got new uniforms this year, too, Pat.
I think they got some new people, too.
They certainly do. By the way, Don Strock has replaced Bob Greasy in that game. Greasy's not hurt. He's just replaced.
Here is John Riggins, and Riggins barrels for about 9. To the left side, Randy Hughes had to make the tackle, and this Redskin team is fired high.
You wonder if the Redskins are fired up by their defense or their offense, but the Chicago Bears are really giving it to the Jets, and Walter Payton was hurt, but returned to the game with a collar to protect his neck. He somehow got it jammed.
2nd and 1, 9 yards for Riggins. The turnover story. Washington none, Dallas 4. Riggins 2 interceptions and 2 fumble recoveries. Riggins will have the first. The Redskins, Larry Cole led the defense. Washington 21. Dallas 6.
He moves into the all-time list of rushers, doesn't he? He's in 7th place now.
Right.
Could, by the end of the year, move by John Henry Johnson into 6th place.
Detroit 7, Minnesota nothing at the half. Double times for the Vikings. Double times for the Cowboys. We could have a 3-way tie for first place in the NFC East if Washington continues as they are and Philadelphia can defeat St. Louis. Everybody would be 8-4. We'll have a great stretch run. Theismann over the head of Buggs, who was open, covered by Aaron Mitchell, the rookie cornerback. That is the situation now, and don't count the Giants out of it either. They could get even at 500, and they have games left with Washington and Dallas.
Benny Barnes has not returned since early in that first quarter, and Mitchell's playing the corner. And Mitchell's problem, more than just being a rookie, is that he really likes to hit people, which is fine most of the time, but not if you overreact.
Dallas doctor, Marvin Knight. Randy White kneeling next to him right there. He hasn't played since the first series of downs. Miami and Cleveland are tied now.
Strock to Bruce Harding for a 2-yard touchdown.
Clarence Harmon with his head down, plunges, and gets good yardage before Bob Brunig wrapped him up.
Here's Harmon, Mr. All-Purpose. Cuts it back inside. You know, the Redskin offensive line doesn't get much credit, but as a unit, they block darn well together. They're not fancy. They don't have big reputations.
Lynn Toronto, Dallas third quarterback, looking on. 3rd down and 5 for Washington. Clarence Harmon and Ike Forte are the setbacks, and let's see if Theismann sends them out. Both of them do swing out of the backfield. Theismann throws. Caught almost by Danny Buggs. Couldn't quite hang on. But Mark Moseley can reach it from here.
That time Saul reached out and grabbed Thornton by the shoulder pads and got away with it. A lot of these defensive linemen now are actually taping down the flip part of the pad because sometimes they're used to almost steer them as they try to put a pass rush on those big linemen, reach up and grab them.
Like a handle almost.
Yep.
The big leg of Mark Moseley.
Got a white loafer on that, just like the shoes you wore when you used to kick in the old stadium.
White shoes were not allowed in the old stadium.
Even in the summertime, right?
Moseley has plenty of distance. And he has it straight. Mark Moseley. 47 yards away for the Washington kicker. And they lead 24-6. There is concern on the far sideline. Mark Moseley just hit a 47-yard field goal.
It's an incredible stat. He is 7 of 10 now between the 40 and 49-yard line. Same to you, my dear.
Moseley has this one off the right side of his foot. Fielded by Steve Wilson. And Wilson tries to get back to the center of the field and does. Bounces off a couple of people, gets out to about the 28-yard line, where Dallas will take over with 48 seconds left to play in the third quarter.
Young Wilson went to school at Howard University, so he must have a lot of his friends and college people watching this game right here in this town, where Cowboys are not exactly heroes.
Boy, his father was an exciting runner, wasn't he?
He ran over me enough.
Touchdown, Tommy Wilson of the Rams and Vikings. The good years with the Rams. Redskins defense has stifled Dallas. They have not been able to score a touchdown. 2 field goals by a friend Herrera. I beg your pardon, Rafael Septien. Herrera has since gone. Dorsett sweeps left. And then tries to find some place to go and is buried by the dark jerseys. Boy, Bacon led that charge.
Boy, it's a slow developing play, though. They pull the right guard right, and they pull Rafferty. And Dorsett obviously is having to wait for these people to move around there, and the play has no deception. It's slow unfolding, and you're really getting your thoroughbred back beat up on that one.
Butts comes out. 2nd and 13, we'll call it, as Roger Staubach faces another passing situation, and the Redskins are faking blitz. We'll just see if it's a fake. They don't blitz. Staubach down the middle has Drew Pearson. I beg your pardon, Tony Hill. And we'll have him in a singular look.
Second catch for Tony Hill. Great speed after the catch. Boy, good move as he drives to the outside.
That's the end of the third quarter with the score, Washington 24, Dallas 6, as we now pause for a word from your local station. Dallas offensive unit, Pat Summerall here with Tom Brookshire at RFK, watching Redskins enjoy a good day.
How about Dallas rushing stats? 69 yards after 3 periods. That's some defense.
Staubach Outside of Dorsett. Neil Olkowitz wraps up Dorsett before he gets back to the line of scrimmage. There's some people watching a television set. Bowing at there, number 1.
A big set they brought in, too. That's no portable. It's like a studio model.
Like one of our monitors. Maybe it is. On second down, Dallas lost 2 on first, so it's second and 12 at their own 42. Here's the blitz, and here's Staubach lofting high, intended for Tony Hill. The defensive play made by Lamar Parrish.
Again, these are great man-to-man coverage, people.
Got a nice little location there, fellas. All wearing Redskin colors and enjoying what's happening.
There's Parrish. He's as good man-to-man coming across the middle as anybody in the secondary around this league. And the blitz that time really means the ball has to be thrown very quickly, and it was.
Dallas has rushed 29 times, and Staubach has thrown 35. He's been sacked 3 times. Pearson in the game with Staubach operating from the shotgun. Here comes the Redskin rush. And Staubach fires down the middle for Billy Joe Dupree. It's caught on the deflection by Drew Pearson. Bounced off the hands of Billy Joe, and Drew made a diving catch, which now is legal.
B.J. Dupree turns all the way around and keeps the ball alive. He looks like Elvin Hayes a little bit on this. Let's watch this. From the shotgun. Roger throws in the face of the rush. A good throw here. Watch Dupree turn around and keep it alive. Wouldn't you know, 88 comes right under it.
35-yard deflected pass completion. Dallas owns the first down at the Redskin 23. Pearson now has caught 6 for 106. That's Drew. He splits wide to the left. Tony Hill out wide to the right. Draw play to Newhouse, and House gets inside the 20 to about the 19 before Pete Wysocki trips him up. Wysocki spent some of those years on special teams too and did a heck of a job.
You can almost feel, though, the stadium ooh and ah as Dallas begins to move, and one touchdown, I think, would really shift some momentum in this 4th period. I still think this is going to be a very close football game.
Second and 6 at the 19 as Tyrone Talbot comes out. Terry Brooks replaces him at defensive right tackle for the Redskins. Staubach, 20 out of 33 for 245 yards. 20 out of 34. For Pearson, touchdown. Staubach was flat of his back when Drew Pearson caught that touchdown pass. What a show he's put on.
3rd touchdown of the year. As we've said, he usually catches them when it's a must situation. Let's see how the pass protection is. Butts gets through. Roger goes down, but he has a feeling this one might end up in 6, and it does. Joe Lavender, I believe, in the wake.
Joe Lavender was one. Tony Peters was the other. Drew Pearson touchdown catch. Rafael Septien with Danny White holding. And with 12 and a half minutes left to play, it's 24-12 Redskins now. 24-13 as Septien hits it. And Landry's fortunes look a little bit better at the moment, but Washington still holding a commanding 24-13 advantage. Bobby Hammond back deep for the Redskins. Septien's kick is high and deep, and Hammond will retreat almost out of the end zone and down it right there. Monday night on CBS. Tomorrow night,
Charlie Brown Thanksgiving.
Join the Peanuts gang for the award-winning special.
Lucy, Schroeder, that whole group will be there, I guess. Linus.
Then on MASH, there's trouble when Hawkeye and BJ are caught behind the enemy lines. And don't miss Shirley MacLaine and Ann Bancroft in The Turning Point, nominated for 11 Academy Awards. Monday night at 9, 8 Central and Mountain Time.
Redskins have got to put away some clock time. They've got to keep that ball for 4 or 5 minutes.
12:25 left to play as Riggins tries to cut back over the right side and cuts up for about 4 before he's met by middle linebacker Bob Brunick.
Remember that turnover table. The second best team in the entire league in pro football are the Redskins. They take away a lot more than they give away.
Richard Todd just scored a touchdown for the Jets. They move just 10 behind the Bears now.
Riggins is 30 yards on 8 carries.
Riggins and Benny Malone, the running backs. 2nd and 6 from the 24 as Theismann gives to Malone. No place to go for Benny.
Good play by D.D. Lewis.
D.D. and Brunick out on defense. Aaron Mitchell is out there too.
Aggressive defense now. Cowboys are really storming. 50 plays off the block of Riggins. Gets some help from Brunick, who comes all the way from the middle. Told you Aaron Mitchell likes to hit people.
Bob Brunick goes out. So does Benny Malone come off on the Redskins side. Clarence Harmon has taken his place. And he and Ike Forte are the running backs.
This is when Theismann has to be extremely careful.
On 3rd down, he needs 7 for a first. And it is time to be careful. And the pass is down the middle. It's complete. Not enough for a first down. Cliff Harris wraps up Clarence Harmon.
Pretty good rush put on this time. Theismann was careful. It's going to be short of the first. A lot of people have told me, and they play with other teams in this league, that when you go in the secondary and Harris is there, he hits like a linebacker. He's a tough tackler. He really nailed Harmon that time.
Cliff is hurting a little bit too, as you mentioned earlier. Here is the view from behind Mike Bragg. Done a good job punting today. This one will stay up there a long time. Wilson spins away from one Redskin tackler, but gets back to the 40 before he's wrapped up by Neil Olkowitz. So the clock has stopped with 10 minutes, 19 seconds left to play, and Redskins leading 24-13.
See the Chicago Bears invade Lion Country for a holiday showdown with Detroit. You'll say, you saw it on CBS Sports.
We'll have the Bears and the Lions while you're having turkey on Thanksgiving Day.
Chicago Bears and Detroit Lions.
All begins here on CBS at noon. Rogers, 21 out of 34 for 264 yards. 2 interceptions, 1 a deflection, 1 right into the hands of Neil Olkowitz.
Redskins only used 2 minutes and 19 seconds that last possession.
Redskins in, Cowboys at the 40. Staubach caught by Dorsett, who is taken down by sure-handed, sure-tackling Brad Dusek.
Notice how they're trying to come in on Dorsett from 3 sides so they can just cut down the big play. Let him have 5 or 6 yards and be grateful.
That time he only got 3. That's Riggins. Nearest you and Hermeling next to him.
Is he a big old grizzly bear? Look at Hermeling.
6'5", 255. Tony Hill is put down right at the bottom of your picture. That's Drew Pearson on the other side, and Laidlaw back with Staubach. Staubach still looking, has Dorsett. Dorsett dropped it. Lavender chasing him. This is now a final score.
Okay, the final, Eagles 16, St. Louis 13. The Eagles now go 8-4.
Right.
Dorsett's dropped 3 passes today that, I'm not saying you could catch all of them, but they were fairly catchable. He still has 8 catches for 61 yards. He was really part of the game plan all week, then getting ready for this one.
He's been busy. Again, Dallas doesn't seem to be able to get much out of their fullbacks. The situation in the NFC East. Right now, Dallas leads. But Philadelphia, as we just told you, has 1. They're 8-4, and Washington could be right there. Staubach has the time, has Tony Hill. And it'll be enough for a Dallas first down as Kenny Houston wrestled him down.
He never made a better tackle in his life. Ken Houston playing in his 182nd consecutive game keeps a touchdown from going on the board. Watch this to Hill. And when he's dangerous is after the catch. Watch what Hill almost did.
Houston almost knocked it away.
Some play on defense. Oh, you do have to, really have to have nerve.
And Houston has that. First down, Dallas at the Redskin 48. 8:50 left to play. 24-14, 24-13, Washington. Staubach still looking. Throws. Intercepted by Dusek. The deflection stayed up just long enough for Brad Dusek to lunge and catch. And Landry with a show of disgust.
That's Brad Dusek's first interception of the year. But they've had a lot of them, and that defense is whooping it up.
Here's the interception, the third of the day for the Redskins.
I was talking to Ronnie Jaworski, the Eagle quarterback, the other day, and I said, the best secondary you think the hardest one to throw against? He said the Washington Redskins. They play a lot of solo, man-for-man stuff. They scrap, they'll knock you down, and they hustle. Look at this Dusek interception.
That was Houston, again, that caused it. Knocked it up to the air. And Theismann has his Redskins operating from their own 39. Thompson in motion to the left. Riggins running to the right. Big John gets 3 or 4. Redskins would like to burn up some time on that clock now.
Brunick went right to the hole and set up, but Riggins is as big as Brunick and maybe outweighs him by 5 or 6 pounds. Used to run 109.7 at Kansas and broke all of Gale Sayre's rushing marks. So number 44 is a pretty fair country back.
Good blocker, too. Over on the Washington bench, Dave Butts. 2nd and 6. Less than 8 minutes left to play now. Theismann goes to the outside, and D.D. Lewis is out there in a hurry. So is Harvey Martin. John McDaniel was the pass receiver, and he was lucky to get the yard that he got.
Dallas getting very physical now, but oh, these guys have the scoreboard. 5 turnovers. There's Brad Dusek. He's a quality linebacker.
Buffalo and Green Bay, the Bills under Chuck Knox lead in the 4th quarter, 19-12, and New England continues to roll 43-14 over the Baltimore Colts. And the passing unit comes in on 3rd and 4. Ike Forte and Clarence Harmon, the running backs. Inside handoff to Harmon, who will have the first down for the Redskins. Still trying to get rid of people. Dennis Thurman is number 32. Thomas Henderson, I believe, tripped him up.
I tell you, that offensive line is downfield, knocking people down, even after their runner is on the deck. Watch 73 Williams go through the hole. This is a misdirection counter play. And they continue on downfield, and they're rolling people up even beyond what you can see here on this tube.
Saul with a good block on Larry Bethea.
Another angle now. Good call here. Cross blocking up front. Well, they pulled the right tackle Stark and Williams through the hole.
And they're in Dallas territory with a first down at the 48. Theismann going for more. Flag is down. Thompson has the pass completion. He'll be out of bounds inside the 15. Penalty marker down.
I think Aaron Mitchell reached out and grabbed Ricky Thompson before he made the up move.
Boy, this stadium is rocking. It's against Dallas. 35-yard gain on that pass completion. And they'll accept it like it is.
A good move put on. Theismann with a lot of time.
Pass interference, 34. Defense, penalty decline, first down.
Penalty declined as Thompson comes right back in after he got his shoulder pad repaired.
Theismann is very cool now, isn't he, under fire?
He sure is.
He looks like he just steps up and throws the ball so easily, doesn't force it anymore.
1st and 10 at the 13 with 6 minutes, 10 seconds left to play. Washington after more. Riggins pounds straight up the middle for a couple. That's all.
Watch how calmly, though, that number 7 handles this rush. We're used to seeing some good quarterbacks in this town. There's no doubt about it from Sammy Baugh on. He's got the good arm. Looks to me like he's really got his act together.
Stepped right up in that pocket. 2nd and 8. Riggins got 2 on that last carry.
Miami drafted Joe Theismann, didn't they? Number 4, fourth round?
Yes. With Canada. Theismann is chased and still chased and throws. Touchdown, Thompson in the end zone. Joe Theismann is knocked down by D.D. Lewis as he started back.
He knew it was an accidental play. That's Thompson's 3rd touchdown catch of the year. Oh, I'll tell you, Theismann's quick on his feet, though. He got away from a big rush by Dallas to get that ball off.
Here, Ricky Thompson. And the Redskins throng is alive and happy.
And don't they play Dallas tough?
Forward.
The Baylor Bear.
He can go home, it would seem. Jack Pardee has done one heck of a job getting this Redskin team ready. Moseley hits. 31-13.
Middle linebacker Brunig fires. Safety blitz. D.D. Lewis. A lot of people are after. The Hounds are after number 7. It's a great throw. That's a pretty good catch.
A diving grab by Thompson. Mark Moseley approaches. Hits it high and deep. And Ron Springs goes back into the end zone and comes out with it from 2 yards deep. Does not get back to the 20. Don Hober, the first man down to make the tackle along with Monty Coleman.
There the kamikazes are. As we said, a 17-yard average. That means you get the other fella inside of the darn 20-yard line. What a great way to play defense, though. And these people are doing this while they're waiting to make the team. You've got to help. It's never a solo tackle by that group either. There are 4 or 5 of them in there.
Tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, the Ayatollah Khomeini talks with an American newsman about the hostages for the first time since that crisis began. He talks with Mike Wallace. You can see that interview with the Ayatollah tonight on 60 Minutes. A new quarterback for Dallas is Danny White. And he gives inside to Laidlaw, who hits Kenny Houston, sheds him, and gets a Dallas first down. Monty Coleman made the tackle.
And a quick trap in there and really broke the fullback out. Danny White, again, the toughest thing for a backup quarterback to do is to be prepared to play. I mean, R Staubach seldom leaves the field. But White has always come on like he's been thinking about what he would do if.
That is Larry Brinson, number 36, who just joined Danny White. First down for the Cowboys out at their own 33 with just over 4.5 minutes left to play. It looks like we'll have a 3-way tie in the NFC East. These two teams meet again on the last Sunday of the regular season. Danny White operating this time from the shotgun. Has Tony Hill, or is that Springs? It's Hill. Neil Olkowitz slings him down.
I wonder when the last time the Dallas Cowboys gave up 31 points 2 games in a row, what the Eagles had on Monday.
I would imagine it's been a long time, if ever.
And should the Cowboys lose this game, it would be 3 of the last 4. And I think that's what the worst stretch the team's had since about 1974.
Something like that.
The Redskins and Eagles suddenly are talking about not the wild card spot, but winning the division.
Yes, and well, they should. Kim McQuilkin loosening up for the Redskins, and he will look like he'll be their quarterback next time they get the ball. Here's Danny White. Stays in the pocket nicely, and Laidlaw makes the reception, gets the beat down, and Brad Dusek makes sure he doesn't go any further, about 5.
And the shorter receiver may be open, but they're going to make sure they're going to cover up the deep ones. Laidlaw was open the moment he left the formation. Danny looked deeper, and the other guys were covered. He decided, I'll take what I can get. Good catch.
Very aware of where he was in relation to the sideline. Here's McQuilkin, who came from Atlanta.
Before that, Lehigh, where he was an engineer.
Dallas has had to put the ball in the air now 40 times. And the heat is on White. He throws down the middle intended for Billy Joe Dupree. Can't find him. There have been 30 games this year in which a team has attempted 40 or more passes. And the record in those games is 3-27. There's a moral in that story. You have to throw that much, you're not going to win many.
And conversely, if you rush the football 40 times, in 81 games, it's what, 70 wins and 11 losses?
70 and 11 if you run the ball more than 40 times.
I don't know how you teach turnovers or grabbing or taking advantage of them, but the Redskins are as good a team at doing that as I've seen this year.
On 3rd down, Cowboys with their shift. Ron Springs back with Danny White. And the rush is on again as Joe Jones puts some heat on Danny. He throws for Pearson. Preston gets his feet tangled up with Monty Coleman, and the flag appears.
Monty Coleman, the young rookie, looks around like, what did I do? Look at this. What a hustler. He and that Olkowitz are 218-pounders. They're going to be good linebackers because they'll beef up on Nautilus machinery and all. They're going to end up at 225 in another year or so. This was sort of a do-or-die pass by White. Pearson hits the deck.
Monty Coleman is just 21 years old. And Olkowitz, the middle linebacker, is just 22, so they'll be around a while.
Interference 51, defense first down.
Tyron Talbert gets a rest.
It'll be some flight back to Dallas.
Long.
And getting ready for Houston with Earl Campbell and company on Thursday. It's not easy either.
Dallas first down at the Redskin 18 as White throws headed for Pearson. Deflected by Tony Peters.
Peters just stayed right in there, and Danny White never looked to see if the off safety man was there. That should have been intercepted. Peters knows. Dirt band.
Look at the blitz by Dusek, and White fires. It is picked off by Redskin lineman Brooks, I believe, Terry Brooks, and he will go all the way for a touchdown, but they are bringing it back.
The reason is the quarterback was under control. He was grasped and held by the defensive lineman. And this year, that rule is being enforced. As soon as the quarterback is helpless, you're supposed to say King's X and let him go now.
Here comes that blitz.
Well, they're firing everybody. Comes Coy Bacon, Perry Brooks. Young Monty Coleman almost had it.
Quarterback was in the grasp of the receiver. Nothing's here. It's down here. 3rd down.
You heard the call from Cal Lepore. Quarterback was in the grasp of Dusek. Coy Bacon comes to the sideline. Now listen to the applause he'll get. 3rd and 19. 3 minutes left to play. Washington leading 31-13. For Tony Hill. Got it. I don't know how. The juggling catch by Tony Hill. It's enough for Dallas first down. The Redskins have the Giants left to play. Then they play Cincinnati.
Some catch right here on this replay, Pat.
And they finish at Dallas. Beautiful play.
Hill, of course, leads the league in catches over 20 yards. Right now, the Cowboys need about 20 points.
And there's not all that much time left. This one looks like it goes in the W column for Washington. And there'll be a three-way tie for first place in the NFC East. First and goal for the Cowboys at the 6. Intended for Butch Johnson, but all that does is stop the clock. Tony Peters on the coverage. Johnson might have had a step on him.
I was told during the week by some Eagle players that they didn't think Dallas was very physical. That on the line of scrimmage now you feel like you can sort of tee it up even with them and almost intimidate the team that went to the Super Bowl, and there's been the 5 of them.
Well, we've seen it all year long, and there's no denying, really, that they do miss Too Tall Jones, Jethro Pugh, and Charlie Waters, although the other people have done a good job. But you can't lose quality people like that and not miss them.
Waters was a great tackler in the secondary, maybe the best in the league.
Here's Danny White. Runs a draw play to Springs, but he doesn't make it back to the line of scrimmage. And the clock continues. 2:35. Terry Brooks led the charge. Pearson.
Burton Lawless is at right guard, 66. Scott at left guard. Telling you that Skids are just teeing off, and whatever you run, they're ready for it. Great reaction, and they are hungry.
I said it was Springs. It was Preston Pearson, the ball carrier, who was the lone setback. They were trying to run a draw play, but nothing doing. 3rd and goal now. The ball is back at the 9. Can't help but think back to just before the half when the Cowboys had 1st and goal and got nothing. Just over 2 minutes left to play, and now that is the indication. Danny White will have a visit with his coach, but there's not too much he or anybody else can do about this one. To play in this one. And the Redskins have been very, very impressive.
And aggressive and nasty a little bit and belligerent. And I think Ernie Stautner sitting next to Tom Landry, they have to wonder, are the Cowboys mean enough? Are they tough enough?
Well, today they haven't been. There's no question about that. 3rd and goal situation here is Danny White. Is the Dallas quarterback. Cowboys have a lot of people hurt. They seem to be struggling. Here's the blitz to Hill. Out of the end zone. Bang into the restraining rope. Tony Hill made the catch, but that rope almost cut him in half. Joe Lavender on the coverage.
He hit it at a full head of steam, too. Ball is thrown early, looking for the big rush, and he certainly got it. Falls right on. Let's see how close. I think he gets 1 foot in. Half in.
About half of one, but not the other.
Like run into a clothesline.
Knocked down somebody over there, too, as well as the rope. It'll be 4th down. Perhaps the last possession of this contest at RFK for the Dallas Cowboys. 4th and goal. Minute 56 left to play. 31-13 Washington. The rush is on again, and Danny White has Drew Pearson for a touchdown. The nearest defender was Lamar Parrish. The safety blitz was on, and Danny White hit Drew Pearson with his 2nd touchdown pass of the day.
Parrish sort of shoots under a little bit. He thought that Drew was going to cut it closer to the goal line itself, and Drew actually went deep in the end zone. Smooth move by the receiver we've always talked a lot about, knowing exactly where he is all the time.
It's a good throw, too.
Yeah. Throws on the run. Had enough zip on it.
Rafael Septien with Danny White, who just threw that touchdown pass to hold. That'll make it 31-20. And get ready for an onside kick when we come back. When we do, there'll be a minute and 52 seconds left to play in this football game. 31-20, Washington. That group there is plotting what they'll do against an onside kick.
5 turnovers. Tom Landry is certainly going to have to search the soul of the entire squad. they've got to get ready and play Thursday. That means they have 2 workout days and a lot of doctors to see in the meantime. They got some people all banged up. They need Randy White badly, I think.
After they play Houston, they have the Giants, the Redskins again, and the Eagles. You might say they control their own destiny. So do the Redskins. And today they've controlled the football game. Septien goes just over the front line and pops it out of bounds. Those are the standings. Washington has this one all but locked up, and they'll be 8-4 and tied with Dallas and Philadelphia. Just gave you their schedule. This is what Dallas has. Houston on Thanksgiving Day. The Giants, Philadelphia, and Washington.
Philadelphia's a Saturday afternoon in Philadelphia.
Washington has that left. The Giants, Green Bay, Cincinnati, and Dallas.
Cincinnati's a sleeping giant there.
As Philadelphia has Green Bay, Detroit, Dallas, and at Houston. Nobody really has any picnic.
Would you like to go to the last day of the season to try to stop Earl Campbell to get a spot?
That's the Eagles' flight. They'll be in Houston on the final day.
Did you ever onside kick much with the old Giants?
Yes.
Were you pretty good at it? I mean, is it...
No.
Glad I asked, huh?
Again. And Clarence Harmon retreats to the 30 to pick it up. Aaron Mitchell is there to make the tackle as soon as he does. Producer Robert D. Stenner, who did his usual excellent job on the ball game and also last evening.
How about the seafood tab that we stuck in with?
And Sandy Grossman. I thought you were going to hit him last night. And thank you, Ernie Bauer. And all the rest of you. Theismann to Riggins. Riggins cut off at the pass by Randy Hughes. Timeouts left. Dallas had 3. Now they have 2. And the Redskins will just try to run it out. Jack Pardee will have a good evening. Riggins and Malone behind Theismann, and Big John gets the call again and plunges for 3 or 4. Dave Stalls led the Dallas defense.
Bobby Beathard's done an incredible job. He's the general manager of this ball club here in Washington. And they haven't. I was told that the people that Beathard has been signing up and bringing into the program for the coach all want to play. They want to play hard. And if not, to go somewhere else or get another job. It's working.
Ex-Cowboy Gene Fugit. Seen very little action lately. He's been bothered by a sore knee. Just over a minute and a half.
He probably won't be here next year, I would imagine.
Fugit. Malone in a collision is picked up by D.D. Lewis for a loss, and Dallas uses their last timeout. They're in overtime. Miami and Cleveland, a big game for both of those teams.
And that's Strzok in there, and Greasy left that game just to get a change in tempo, I guess, for Shula's team.
Malone checks out. Just checking the records. Cleveland was 7-4. Miami was tied with New England in the AFC East with a record of 7-4. So that's a big game for both of those clubs who still have playoff aspirations. Houston is in second place ahead of Cleveland. 1 game behind Pittsburgh in the AFC Central.
Speaking of big games, who's in the Sun Bowl this year in El Paso?
Well, we think Washington is going to be one of the teams, and perhaps Houston.
Oh.
Kick to Wilson. Fair catch. Signaled for. And it'll still be Danny White, the quarterback. With a last-minute message from Landry. Cowboys have used all of their timeouts now.
Got a letter from some guy in Las Cruces, New Mexico this past week, and he was really hot. Very good letter. Yeah, he said that he was not a Dallas Cowboy fan, like I said, that everybody in New Mexico was nuts about him. that he was a Los Angeles Rams fan. I wrote him back a note that he was 2,000 miles due east.
You mean it wasn't a friendly message, huh? From the shotgun. Long count. Danny White is sacked by Bacon. Ball is loose. The Cowboys have it back. Bacon was the first to arrive at the quarterback. Danny White a little bit slow getting up.
The pass rush continues as the beat goes on. Look at this. Coy Bacon arrives first from the blind side of the quarterback.
Brooks was the other Redskins tackler. They rushed with the 4 men. And again, pass complete to Tony Hill. Hill outside the 35 to the 38. Monty Coleman made the tackle. But they have no more timeouts left. And the clock continues. Maybe 1, maybe 2 more plays. Dallas all set. And Danny White throws over the middle, and that just about, well, it's incomplete. As Dupree can't hang on. Brad Dusek wrapped him up just as the ball got there. And the clock will stop with 19 seconds left to play, and it'll be 4th down.
I also got a letter this past week from a bar named Scanlon's Bar up in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and they have our picture blown up behind the bar. And
what?
Well, I was almost afraid to find out about that. Giant dartboard in the sky.
That's a dartboard, yeah. This will be 4th down. Dallas quarterbacks have been sacked 5 times. And look out, this might be number 6. Down goes Danny White, and Coy Bacon is again the man close. Number 79 has had a great day.
3 sacks. At least one of the fumbles was recovered by Coy Bacon. 5 or 6, two of those fumbles. You don't think he's happy, do you?
A lot of solo tackles. And a great day for the Redskins. Happy, yes.
Redskins have had a total of 6 sacks, 51 yards in losses, and much humiliation.
31-20, the final score, and a 3-way tie in the NFC East. And who's going to be in the playoffs? 14 seconds still left to play, but
field goal time as Moseley comes on the field.
Moseley is coming out.
Wow. Now they're thinking playoff points, because when you get down to that 5th category for a wild card spot, it's number of points and differential.
And the Redskins take a timeout now. The first thing you think about when you see this happen is they're trying to rub it in. But that's not the case, as Tom Brookshire just pointed out. Those total points and point differentials, if you get down to the
common opponents,
and you get down to how you did against each other.
That's how people always treated me. Like I was a common opponent.
Well, did they try to rub it in?
Beat on me like a drum.
So Moseley then, from 45 yards out, with Theismann holding. That's far enough. He got it. Mark Moseley is decked, and so is Joe Theismann, but nevertheless, the field goal is good, and a flag is down.
That is 45 yards, and it's Aaron Mitchell that makes the contact. The old domino principle there, and the flag fell right on.
Got them both. Aaron Mitchell hit the kicker, Moseley, and he knocked him into...
We're taking it running into the kicker. Offense being forced on the kickoff. Field goal is good.
Knocked him into Theismann. And Moseley will still kick it off with 9 seconds left to play.
You always wonder about having your quarterback a valuable commodity holding like that, don't you?
34-20. A 14-point difference. So that's something you might keep in mind as we come down the stretch now.
Cleveland beat Miami in overtime 30-24. Brian Sipe, certainly an underrated quarterback, right? 39-yarder to Reggie Rucker, who used to play with the Cowboys.
I'll say he's underrated. That means Cleveland advances to 8-4. And Miami falls into second place with a record of 7-5 behind New England. So who knows who we're going to be talking about in the playoffs. Ron Springs we're talking about right now. The penalty for running into the kicker is enforced on the kickoff, as Cal Lepore told you, so Moseley will operate from the 40. He might kick a field goal from here. Nope. He lofts it over the head of Bruce Hunter.
It's a half wedge.
Here is Springs, and that should do it. And the crowd counts, and the scoreboard does too. A Redskin victory done in most impressive fashion. Landry, well, the clock now stops with 5 seconds left to play, so the Cowboys perhaps will get one more play underway.
Team hasn't, a lot of these people haven't lost in a long time, especially 3 out of 4. They may not be ready to handle such a situation.
Not quite ready for that if you're a Dallas Cowboy. The last one of this one. Trying to set up a screen pass, and does. Out to run Springs. Springs at the 40. Trips up. And that's it. Big "We Win" sign up on that big new scoreboard here at RFK. And we'll be back after this word from your local station.
This is CBS.
That Redskin victory, Tom, was certainly no fluke. In fact, it wasn't that close.
People had told us that they were a great team at taking advantage of your mistakes, but they turned over the six turnovers from Dallas into points. And look what's happened now. The logjam is, finally got to use that word, logjam.
A three-way tie for first place in the NFC East. And here's what Dallas has left. Houston on Thanksgiving Day. The Giants in Dallas.
Whom they barely beat before.
At Philadelphia on a Saturday. And then they finish against this team that trounced them today, the Washington Redskins. And here's what Washington has left.
And they go to New York, which won't be easy. Green Bay, Cincinnati, a team that is very much better than their record. And, of course, the last day of the season at Texas Stadium.
And the Eagles play at Green Bay, at home to Detroit. They entertain Dallas, and then they play on the final Sunday at Houston. So that's the story from here. This is Pat Summerall for Tom Brookshire saying so long from Washington.